Anunciamos lo de Radio Metroplex, donde vamos a estar.
Powertalk Productions presents Dr. B, the ultimate legacy builder. Powertalk is a movement, not just a show. Join us to explore life's challenges, share success stories, and uncover profit secrets from top experts and innovators. Get inspired, gain confidence, and elevate your business and life. Dare to be you and step into your greatness with Powertalk. Thanks for connecting with Dr. B. Let's create a lasting legacy together.
Yeah. Hey, hello. I am so excited being here today. I am Dr. B. I am here in Powertalk on Radio Metroplex in Arlington, Texas, the capital of sports, events, and spectacular things that are happening. And we have a lot to share today. And I have a very amazing friend and person that I met at one of my events and at Live and Beautiful, right?
Yes.
You were there, and he received one of the Global Visionaries Awards because he's doing amazing things in the community. And it's Judah.
Yes. Agbonkina.
Yes. So tell us the amazing work that you're doing. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and what you do.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for having me on the show. Power Talk, shout out. I'm Judah, and I am from Dallas, Texas. I do a lot of work in the community. So I started off doing nonprofit work. My nonprofit is Suits for Judah, and we've been doing great things. We recently took 25 people to the Dallas Mavericks game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so those are our mentees and their families. It was a great experience.
Mm-hmm.
Got to take them out there and do that. That's the type of things we do in the community. We're reaching out to the children, the youth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to inspire them.
What youth, and like specifically, what type of youth are you working with and helping?
Okay, specifically, the youth that we are working with are the 1 in 6. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
What the 1 in 6 is 1 in 6 of every Texas prisoner comes from Oak Cliff, Pleasant Grove, and South Dallas. So when we found those numbers out, I realized that directly affects me. It directly affects my community. And so those are the kids and the youth that we are specifically reaching out to. They're not the only ones that we deal with, but those are the ones that we definitely have a heart for, that we're trying to find, that we're trying to reach out to, because those kids in those zip codes and in those neighborhoods, as I said, they make up 1 in 6 of every Texas prisoner. And if you know the numbers, Texas has the most prisons in the United States. So 1 in 6 of every Texas prisoner is unacceptable. We have to do something about those type of numbers. And with those numbers being concentrated in 3 areas, I think it's easier for us to do that.
Yeah. So are these youngsters, right? Are they teenagers?
Teenagers,
adults, or
ages 13 to 23.
Are they in jail, or you're preventing them from going into jail?
They are at risk.
At risk of going
They
into.
are at risk, yes. And not because of anything that they're doing. If you actually look at it, it's literally not because of what they're doing. It's actually because of where they are.
Because where they are.
It's because of where they are, okay? So because of where they are at risk of being, interrogated more than the average teenager. They're at risk of being frisked more than the average teenager. They're at risk of being stopped, at risk of being confronted by authority figures more than the average teenager. They're at risk of being caught up in more non-positive events than other teenagers, and it's simply due to where they live, and it's just not fair.
Exactly, it's not fair. And then I really appreciate what you're doing, because inspiring them and motivating them and making them aware of other paths and the opportunity that they have. I think it's really powerful. And I know one of the things you do is you give them suits for interviews, or
we do suits. It is for interviews, but it's for more than that. It's suits for life. Okay. One of the obstacles that they face is if they do get a job interview, or when they do have an opportunity to graduate or go out into the world, right? Sometimes they don't have a good suit to wear. Sometimes you don't have a good suit to go out and present yourself in the best way possible. You know, we all like to present ourselves in the best way possible. So trying to make sure that the young people who need them, the ones who reach out, that they have those access to, you know, a good suit that they could wear to a job interview, a good suit that they could wear to a date, or anything in life, you know, just to present themselves in a presentable way. We do not believe that putting a suit on changes a person's situation. I don't believe that at all. What I do believe is that it allows a person to present themselves in a way that maybe pauses or halts prejudgment.
And I even think that even when we dress up, it gives you this, it increases your confidence.
Your confidence.
It's going to boost your confidence. It's going to make you feel like, look at me, you know?
Exactly.
That type of a feeling. So I think that's powerful. Now, do you get donations? Are these new suits? Can these be some suits that people are trying to pass on?
They are donations, and we do need new suits.
Okay.
If you're able to donate, please do. We are looking for new suits, all sizes. So that is the thing. We do take gently used suits, but usually those are coming from people within our circle, people that we personally know, right? So as far as the general public, we ask for new suits. After COVID, we had to shut down suit donations because of COVID, right? So after that, we kind of changed our regulations around. So now we're looking for new suits. We've reached out to the men's warehouse. We've reached out to other suppliers. They want to help us, but what they need is for us to have a warehouse. So we need a warehouse. So if anybody is able to help us with a warehouse, that too is something that we need. If we can get a warehouse, then we can get many more suits, right? And we can help a lot more people.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So for those of you that are watching right now, one of the things that he's really working with, and you have a community of helpers and supporters?
Yes. Large community of supporters. We have a large community. We've been doing this work since 2018. We've cultivated a very large community. We have a lot of supporters. Shout out to all of them. And people are ready to help. People are ready to move. They're ready to do what they need to do. But, you know, of course, we still need help from the outside.
Yeah, so we need help from you. So if you can donate a suit and really impact and make a difference in someone's life, especially his community, then we're looking for that. And if you know somebody who has a warehouse that's willing to open it up and donate it to them, I think this is the opportunity to do so. You see, it's about inspiring and really touching hearts, and that's exactly what Judah is doing. So I really love what you're doing, because if it's not you, then who?
Come on. I love that. Yeah. If it's not you, then who? And that's true. And I found that to be true, because when we're not doing the work is not being done. So that is very true. And I believe everybody has their part. Everybody can play their part, right? No one single person or entity or individual or group can save the world, but we all can chip in and do our part. Right?
Even if you help one person, like with the suit, or what else do you do for them?
One of the other things that we do that we're very proud of is we are cultivating our young people to enter into the film industry. Okay? So we do a lot of film work. One of the things that we do is we understand that in these neighborhoods, there's a lot of untapped potential, a lot of untapped talent that does not get exposure, that does not get seen. that does not have the opportunities, right? And I was actually one of those people, right? These are my neighborhoods. I come from this.
Okay.
So I made it out, and I want to make sure that other kids can make it out too, right? But yes, so opportunities are hard to come by. Knowing where to go, knowing who to talk to, knowing what entities to deal with, knowing how to do it, it's all very hard. So what we're doing is we're creating a, not only just a blueprint, but quite literally a streamline for our youth to enter into the film industry, working with us, through us. They're going to learn journalism, they learn filmmaking. We do documentary work, so they learn documentary work. They learn how to tell their own stories, the things that are impacting them in their communities, right? And we teach them these tools so that they can have a voice, because that's what they need. They need a voice. We all need a voice. And right now in America, the loudest voice is media. Media is the medium.
It is.
It is. Media is the medium to get a message out. So we're teaching our youth media. We're bringing them in. We're showing them how to operate cameras. We're showing them how to edit. We're showing them how to make movies with their phones, which is how we started out, doing documentary work with their phones, because they may not have access to a $100,000 camera, right? They may not have access to a beautiful studio like this one that we're sitting in now. So we're showing them how to use what they have to empower themselves so that they can do better, which is what our 4 pillars are. Okay, Suits for Judah's 4 pillars are mentorship, exposure, entrepreneurship, and empowerment. We believe that through mentorship, we can expose people to different things. Through that exposure, we hope to spark the influence of entrepreneurship. And through entrepreneurship, we believe that anyone and everyone can be empowered. So that is our mission. Our mission is to reach these kids, show them that life is not bleak, show them that it's not only one way to make it out, show them that it's not what TV says it is, and then showing them how to get into TV to create their own stories so that they can show what it is.
Because I just want to say that it's about leaving a legacy. You know, people know me as Dr. B, the ultimate legacy builder, and it's all about leaving a footprint on this world. And yes, we're all going to go one day, but how can we leave that imprint to really inspire our children's children, you know, and that they can say, you know what, if he could do it or she could do it, I can do it too.
Yes, Dr. B. Yes.
I think that's important.
It is. It's very much so important. I love it.
Yeah, you know, and I am a publisher, and that voice, you know, being able to tell your story, and then through film making, it's powerful because a lot of people heal when they begin to tell their story.
Yes.
You know, whether it's filmmaking, publishing, speaking on stages, or being here and just telling your story. Because on Powertalk, one of the things I want you to do is really share your story. Like, where were you that inspired you to do what you do today? Because everybody, sometimes they see our successes, but they don't know where we come from.
Yes. Wow.
So if you can share, that would be brilliant.
Okay. Awesome. My story is I was the 1 in 6. It was me. I grew up in between South Dallas, Oak Cliff, and Pleasant Grove. We moved a lot. The first place I lived in was the projects. We stayed in the projects, and I left the projects in Oak Cliff when I was 7, and we moved to Pleasant Grove. In Pleasant Grove, I joined the gang. I joined the Crips because I was getting jumped every day after school. And so I had to, and this was the 90s. This was a time when gang warfare was rampant in Dallas. It was, people were getting killed over Jordans, wearing blue and red and everything. It was a different time, very different than now. And so when I say I had to join the gang, I literally had to join the gang. So I joined the Crips when I was in 2nd grade.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
I was a gangbanger, and I had my gang, and we did our thing, and I was in that, and I was in the streets from the 2nd grade most of my adolescent life. So when I turned 17, I got into a lot of trouble. It's the first time I got locked up. I started going in and out of jail. From 17 to 23, I was in and out of jail. And at 23, I got in some really big trouble. I caught a case that was going to most definitely send me to the penitentiary. Okay. My mother, she did everything she could to try to help me. She didn't have much money. She got the lawyer that she could. It was a traffic lawyer. Mr. Marsall, I'll never forget him. Mr. Marsall, if you out there, you saved my life. Shout out to you. So Mr. Marsall, he had a traffic law firm, and my mom reached out to him and told him the situation. He came and he represented me in front of a judge, and he asked this judge to give me a chance to leave my environment before she sentenced me to the penitentiary. And so that judge gave me 6 weeks to join the military.
Oh, wow.
And that was what saved me. I joined the military. I had to go through 2 interviews with the FBI in order to get a waiver, in order to get into the military, because they see me as a criminal. Right. And they do not accept criminals into the U.S. military.
But so you were blessed.
Yes, I was blessed. I had to sit down. I had to really talk to them and let them know that I was not a criminal, that I was just caught up in situations, right? So I was able to go to the military. And in the military, I learned discipline. I was able to see a different environment. I saw people actually living for the first time. I really never saw that. All I've ever seen is people surviving. I saw survivors. So I never saw people living, right? And so for the first, and they were all colors. They were black, white, Asian, we were, at the time we were at war with people from the Middle East, but there were Middle Eastern people in the military. So I was serving with Middle Eastern people. So there was it was weird for me. I had never been around that situation, right? With diversity. Diversity and everything, right? I thought the world was black and white. I thought the world was definitely everybody is against me. I'm against everybody, right? So it showed me something different. And when I came home, I knew that I had to repair the damage that I had done to my neighborhoods. And so this was my way. My way of repairing was to make sure that other young people understood and knew that there was a path out, that there was better, that this is not it, that life is not just what you're experiencing right now, right? And so it was a path. I got married. I thought I was healed. I was not healed. I did not maintain that marriage the way that I was supposed to, right? I had found out a different way of life. I thought that I had found a different way of living, but deep down inside, I still had some issues that I had to deal with. I didn't know about that part of healing. That it takes time, right?
And you don't know sometimes the part that needs to be healed until you live a path. And then you're like, wait a minute,
Yes, exactly.
And you have that aha moment.
Well, I ended up getting divorced. My daughter was 5 years old at the time, and I thought the world was over. I couldn't understand. I thought I was like, I'm doing well. I'm this, I've been doing better, but I was not living for me. I did not have a true purpose, and I was only really concerned with making sure that I did not add to statistics. So I wanted to help, but I did not figure out how to, right? And in the marriage, I figured that I would just be a good husband, and that would be my contribution to society, right? Well, once that was taken away, I had to find something else. And I went to a therapist. I was talking to a therapist, and they suggested that you need to do the thing that made you happy when you were 12 years old. And again, I had a rough childhood, so I had to think really hard. What was it? And it was acting.
Oh,
it was theater.
Oh my, okay.
So I was like, well, then let me go and do some auditions and get back into acting, right? So I went back and I did audition. I auditioned for this show called Washed. And Washed is what sparked it. It's what sparked everything because it gave me a purpose again. I was like, I'm an actor. I do this. I forgot about this part of my life. I didn't do this. This is a way for me to give back. And it's in the communities that I want to work, that I want to give back to, right? So I was back in these communities, but I wasn't back in these communities as a gangbanger. I was back in these communities as an actor. And so now I'm able to share my gift. And that show went on to become Emmy nominated, daytime Emmy nominated. Watched. Shout out to y'all.
Hey.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody that was a part of that, especially my bro JT, my hood twin. But yeah, that's what ended up happening. That's how I ended up getting back into media. And then through that, I started working with a nonprofit called Yoga in the Hood. And I became a yoga instructor.
Okay.
Trauma-informed yoga instructor. I'm doing all of this at the same time, right? I'm finding purpose in my life, right? After divorce. So I'm acting, I'm teaching yoga, really doing the work to change myself. And so through all of that, I came up with that is where the idea for Suits for Judah came. And so that's when I started working on Suits for Judah. And then I met a wonderful human being, Nicole Bryan.
Hey, Nicole.
Hey, Nicole. And Nicole helped me push Suits for Judah from being an idea into actually a 501c3. She encouraged me to go ahead and do the things I need to do to make it a legal 501c3. And then from there, that is where it all really began. I decided I was going to take my gifts and the things that I had learned through all of this journey and go out and help those kids, share my acting gifts with them, share entrepreneurship with them because I had learned entrepreneurship in this time, share all the things that I needed when I was their age that I did not have. So that's my story. I came from the streets that I'm trying to help.
That is powerful, And for those of you that are watching, like, I know that you are either going through something right now that's really tough and difficult, or you probably went through something difficult and you have a dream, or you want something more. And here is a story that I want it to inspire you and motivate you, that you can achieve anything and you just have to keep going.
Yes.
You just have to keep going. Even when you feel like giving up and feel like this is it, I don't know what to do. Sometimes you can pause, but you can find people like him, or you can find other people that within the niche that you are inspired to work in. Then go find a mentor. Because mentors are powerful. I mean, we all have mentors.
Yes.
I mean, I still have mentors in different areas, right? I have 3 to 4 mentors that teach me what in the areas that I need to grow in. So don't be embarrassed to find a mentor. Yes, sometimes you have to invest in a mentor, and sometimes you don't. So depending where you're at, go find a mentor, find a community, and then ask for help.
Yes, ask for help. Yes.
It's the power in asking.
Most definitely.
So what is it that you need? I know you need suits and you needed a warehouse. Is there anything else you want to ask the community and see?
Yes, I would want to ask the community to look out for talent.
Okay.
Look out for talent. When you see people that are talented and that are not pursuing that talent, encourage them. Encourage someone. Let someone know that they're good at something. If there's someone who is always great at organizing things and they always have a perfect schedule and this is just who they are, they just like being like that. Like, encourage them to seek out production, or encourage them to seek out, anything that might spark their passion, that might take that gift and open up a door for them. So encourage people. Look out for the youth. Please look out for the youth, especially ages 13 to 23. After 18 is not an adult. That's not an adult. That is still a young person figuring out life. So that's why we go to 23. We believe that, the brain is not developed completely.
Yeah.
The frontal lobe is still going through some things. So look out for the youth. And when I say youth, I do mean 23 and below.
And below, yeah.
So do those things. And then the ways that you can directly support myself is I have several films that I'm either directing or that I am working on. One of them that I directed, Behind the Strings, Amplifying Black Feminism in Guitar Culture. It's right now on the it is on the what is this? Film Freeway. It's on the showcase circuit. Okay, it's on the circuit. Film festival circuit.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to think.
I know it happens.
Yes, it's on the film festival circuit right now. So look out for that. That documentary just won Best Documentary at the Urban Arts Festival. So we just won that award. So look out for that one when you see it. Support it. We're also working on several things with Marcus X. Russell. He was on your show.
Oh, yes. And I just saw Marcus.
Yes.
I saw him not too long ago.
Yes. So me and Marcus actually called me in to do one of my first documentaries. It was called Sand Branch, the Texas town with no running water.
Okay.
So Marcus called us to come and take care of that documentary. Shout out to him. We did that documentary together. It's gone on to bring lots of awareness to Sand Branch, which is what we wanted. So we're working on things with him. And Brother Devontae D. Peters, who is running for City District Council, we're supporting him. We have a couple interviews out with him. Go and check those out on our YouTube page, Word on the Street with Judah. And yeah, follow, like, share, subscribe, all those great things.
Yeah, so make sure that you follow him and then look for all this documentary that he talked about. Maybe we can write the little names and put them in the social media so that they can easily find it.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to pause for a minute and I'm going to do an advertisement because Radio Metroplex is going to be in Texas live May 22nd. And guess what? You cannot miss it because Radio Metroplex is officially a part of the social media outlet for the World Cup of 2025. Yay! And we are going to be at the Texas Live. So you got to be there with us, sharing that space, that momentum. Woo! Look, they have a hat for us. So I'm going to ask Anka just to show right now and come here, and we're going to wear this little hats that we're going to wear at the Texas. Woo! Thank you. So cool. This is so cool. So I'm so excited. And then I also have another big call out. If you're an aspiring author or you are an author already, I'm doing a world tour, and it's going to start in Miami, June 7th. I'll be there. And with Sonia, if you guys know what Sonia America, she's having a big event, and I'm going to start the world book tour there. I'm going to Africa with Dr. Makaka, and she's a beautiful person. Dr. Makaka's shout out to you. And then I will be in Germany with Elizabeth Pardo in Germany. It's the biggest international book fair there. And then we'll be in Guadalajara. It's the second biggest international book fair. And of course, I'm going to be in Korea in this other event, but I am also going to take the book fair there. And it's going to be online. So if you're like, you know what, I can't travel, no more excuses. We're removing that excuse. We're going to have it online, and we're going to have the book fair online as well. And here in Texas, again, with the Alive and Beautiful a day before, we will be having it there. So connect with me and join us because it's going to be a fantastic talking about sharing our voices, our messages, our stories. Writing a book is one way, and then also in the filmmaking. So you're going to want to get in touch with Judah because I don't know. Do you do also like mentorship and how to do filmmaking?
We do mentorship. We have to do filmmaking. I definitely can connect you with people who know much more than myself. Groups out there like Pegasus Media Project. Shout out to them.
Okay.
They have a cohort that I went through. Taught me so much. Gave me a lot of connections. So yes, most definitely I can help you out with that.
Yeah. So if you have that humanitarian heart and that heart and soul, you want to start something, like, don't stop. There's someone out there looking for you and looking for waiting for that opportunity, that inspiration, that confidence that you're going to give them. So go and do your work on your purpose and your passion. And like I told him, if it's not you, then who, right? So go do it. And then again, if you know, they're aging from what are the ages again?
Our ages are 18 to 23.
18 to 23, right, and they're 1 out of 6.
One.
What is it?
1 in 6.
1 in 6.
Yeah,
okay.
Of every Texas prisoner comes from Oak Cliff, Pleasant Grove, and South Dallas. Mm-hmm. So if you know kids that are in those locations, if you know young people in those locations, especially ages 13 to 23, mm-hmm, right? Mm-hmm. Just know that they are facing some outstanding odds when it comes to just surviving and living, mm-hmm, right? So let's look out for those kids. Make sure that they have opportunities. When you come across kids from those zip codes and from those cities, Oak Cliff, Pleasant Grove, and South Dallas, please look out for them. If you have any opportunities, you have jobs, you have anything they can do, man, help them out. Give them a chance. Give those kids a chance. Let's, mm-hmm, disrupt the system. Let's disrupt the school to prison pipeline.
Right. And in fact, if you're like, well, I don't have a business, I don't know what to do, and I know someone, then refer them to him and he will connect them with someone, because it's all about helping each other, and we really need to come together to make a bigger difference, because even if you help one young adult at a time, you're making a difference. So I am so happy that you finally came and we connected, because I'm also not always here. But every Friday at 5 p.m. Central, I'm supposed to be here. But here's the thing. If I'm not in the studio, I will be somewhere in the country, and I will come live and I will be talking to you. But again, connect with us. Where can they find you?
Okay, you guys can find me at Gorilla God on Instagram. It's GUERILLAGOD on Instagram. You can also find me at Gorilla God on TikTok, and you can follow my work at Word on the Street with Judah on YouTube, mm-hmm, and that's WORDONDA Street with Judah on everything. But yes, on YouTube is where we
And again, congratulations, because I love what you're doing. It's powerful. And I want to give a shout out to Marianne Thompson.
Shout out to Marianne
Thompson. We love you.
Angel. She is so great. Seriously.
Powerful.
She is. She's very powerful. And thank you, Marianne, for everything you do. And for Marianne's one of those friends that you have that says your name in places that you don't even know, mm-hmm, and is always thinking about people, and it's just she's so great, and she's like you, she's always traveling, she's always somewhere, and it's great to have beautiful, wonderful people like you, like yourselves, who look out for you, right? So shout out to y'all, man. Yes. Shout out to Marianne.
She had a heart, and she wanted you guys to come to Live and Beautiful, nominated you for the award. Thank you. And also thank you for inviting me to your event. It was remarkable. It was amazing connecting with people there. And again, thank you for who you are and what you do.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. And we will see you next Friday at 5 p.m. Central.
Powertalk Productions presents Dr. B, the ultimate legacy builder. Powertalk is a movement, not just a show. Join us to explore life's challenges, share success stories, and uncover profit secrets from top experts and innovators. Get inspired, gain confidence, and elevate your business and life. Dare to be you and step into